Hi, mamas. I am so excited today to be talking about my favorite breastfeeding products. Like everything baby related, less is so much more, and that can't be any truer for breastfeeding. Now I love breastfeeding. It is one of the most sacred, beautiful ways to connect and get to know your child. It is time to sit and be still and use your body to nurture and grow these little things. And I am really looking forward to sharing today the few products you need to really help you along the way. You really don't need much, but there are a few things that can really help you. Now, each breastfeeding journey is so different, and I know even along the way things can change quite a bit. With my first son, he had a great latch from day one, and then by around like 5 months, things really changed. We got thrush, and breastfeeding became a lot more difficult. So I understand that there's so many products out there that you need for maybe different points in your journey, but there's really only a handful that you need the whole time. I hope that makes sense, because I think really you don't need much other than your boobs, of course. Yeah, so to kick things off, I'm gonna just start with nipple cream. I think everyone should have a good nipple cream in their cupboard. You can also use just coconut oil, which is great. This is a product by Mother Love. It's their nipple cream, and they describe it as organic herbal balm to soothe sore nursing nipples, and that's very apt. They use organic essential oils. It's all natural, and it's a pretty great product. I did use coconut oil for a long time, but the problem I have is I live in a very hot tropical climate, and it just liquefies. So it's actually like the application of it is like very difficult. You'll see with this nipple cream, it is a little like liquidy, it's soft, but it's also solid, which is so nice. Here, I can take some out. Let's see. Yep, and it goes on. You don't need that much. That was probably way too much. You can see. But yeah, it is so good and soothing, and it's really helped me. I'll use this now. I'm like, what, 3 months in? I will use this like once a day, typically at nighttime as I'm getting ready to go to bed. But in that first month, especially when things are a little bit sore, I'd use it multiple times a day. So such a good product. It comes in a glass bottle too, which I love. So when I'm done with it, I can strip the label off and like reuse it for something else. And it's not plastic, so such a good product. The next thing you need is really to do with how you collect your letdown and store it. So I use a Haakaa. You'll be familiar with this product because I feel like it's on everyone's list, but the Haakaa is just amazing. What you'll do is you'll bend it back like that, and then you will attach it to your nipple, and it will then suction on. And as you're nursing on the other side, your letdown will be collected. It is just such a good product. It's useful, and it is dishwasher safe, so I'll throw it in at nighttime when I'm done or I have a load on. I do own 2 of these, so I have one for my first child, and I got a second one with my new baby, and I found having 2 really helpful. Not only can you put them on both your boobs if you're feeling like your milk's coming in and you're not nursing, so you have a way of collecting it, but also, like, you know, you always have one available you know, when these ones in the wash, you'll have one in the cupboard that's clean and ready to go. Just so handy. This product you can also use in those first few days after giving birth when you're fighting engorgement. You can like use it to hand express milk, like that, and it'll just give you that little bit of release that you need to feel better. Especially if it's your first time, you might feel a little bit uncomfortable doing hand expression. I found this Haakaa to just be very useful. It has many different uses. Yeah, and a few extra things to know about it is that there are like a variety of Haakaas out there. I really recommend the one that suction cups to your furniture, to like a countertop. I find I have two of them. This is actually the one that doesn't suction cup. The other one must be in the dishwasher right now. But I find that like this one kind of falls over a little bit easier. Not like it's not like it's always falling over, but it can if you're not watching out. So you don't want to lose your milk. So I recommend getting the one that suction cups. You can also buy the lid. I don't find that necessary at all. It's not an essential, but it can be helpful if you want to put the lid on, and then you can just stick it in the fridge and it'll keep it fresh for a little bit while you're, you know, busy doing other mom things. Yeah, so I highly recommend this product. It has saved me so much, and your letdown surprisingly adds up. So I know mamas out there who exclusively have a freezer of just let down milk that they've collected. So this is the best way, in my opinion, to collect it. Yeah, so once you have your milk, you're going to need to put it into a freezer safe bag. Now this is a disposable milk bag. I wouldn't recommend it. Like if I was going out to buy it, knew I wouldn't get this, because there are reusable options out there that are plastic free and so much better for the environment and for your milk storage. But I was gifted a really big box with my first son, and I didn't go through it, partly because I wasn't expecting to breastfeed for, you know, I breastfed for maybe 7 months, and I really thought I'd go longer. I had some health problems, so I had some leftovers, and you can't donate these. So I've been using them, and they do work great for what they are, but I just highly recommend getting some reusable ones out there. So you're gonna need a way to store your milk, and that's really it. You'll then need a way to feed your baby if you're not, when you're not breastfeeding. So you'll defrost your milk bag, and then you'll put it into a baby bottle. Now, I do think having a baby bottle is essential. Just because you don't know what's gonna happen. You might have an emergency where you can't nurse, or you might get sick and you need to have someone else in the family feed your child for you. Or you might just want to have the option of going out and have someone else care for your baby, your husband, or your family members, or another form of care. So I do think having a baby bottle on hand is really important. I don't think you need 10 bottles. I don't even think you need 2. I think 1 bottle is so fine. Yeah, we had 1 bottle with my last son that we just updated the nipple. Sorry, these lids are actually really difficult to use. So the nipple, like as he got older, like we changed the nipple size, so like the flow was different for each developmental stage. But yeah, I really only think you need 1 bottle, and it is so useful. So this is a Komotomo bottle. My first son loved it. We haven't used it yet on my my new baby, but what we like about it is that he likes it. We had problems with the glass bottles or aluminum bottles, and this is just the bottle he took, so we went with it. It is nice because you can squeeze it, so it's like really easy to use in your hand. The nipple itself mimics a breast nipple, so there shouldn't be any sort of like nipple confusion. It's a pretty good product, so we haven't had any problems with mold either. Yeah, I would say between this and a glass bottle, I really struggled with glass bottles, mostly because they're really heavy. So that is just like, weight is something to consider when buying a bottle. But the most important part is that you find a bottle that your baby likes. So this has been great, and you do need it. Even though I'm really hesitant to suggest introducing bottle feeding into a really successful breastfeeding path, because it is just like, it can cause a lot of problems. And for me, I felt like the minute I introduced a bottle, it messed up my milk production. So that's just my experience, and everyone's different. So, but I do think it is necessary. Yeah, and then the next product is these lovelies. These are ice packs for your boobs. They're boob shaped. They go around your breast like this, and they have a little bit room for your nipple. You can just use an ice pack if you want. I actually don't own ice packs, so when I was given these, I was actually really grateful for them. You will use these right when you start nursing, because your boobs get so engorged, they're so hot and tight, and they can be very painful. So I found that having ice packs just so helpful. Also, even if that experience doesn't happen to you specifically, you don't know when you might have an infection, and having yeah, and then next up is kind of, again, like, I don't think you actually need it. I live somewhere very hot, so, and I'm mostly home all day, so I don't use these every day, or even like rarely, like once a week. But it would be very unrealistic if I didn't have them in my list, because I do leave the house, and sometimes you have to nurse your baby in public. So I'm talking about having a nursing bra and like these little, I don't know what they're called, like little nursing, reusable nursing covers, breast covers. Anyway, I'll get to them in a minute. I just have one breastfeeding bra. Here you go. It's made by Pact, which uses 100% organic cotton. It's very simple. It's comfortable. You can see I have some like deodorant stains on it from wearing it. I have found that the more nursing bras you have, it's like harder to find them. I just think having your one bra, you know where it is at all times, is just super helpful. And really, like, I don't use them, but you do need to have a nursing bra so you can nurse in public if you need to. And then these I actually use a little bit more than the nursing bra, because I stick them into like my sports bras, but if I'm in public. But like, if your milk, you know, you can feel your milk coming on, and you're in public and you don't want to just like leak through your clothing, you can stick these in and it'll absorb. These are reusable. They're incredible. Actually, there's like, you know, the waterproofing bit on the outside, and then the 100% cotton, but on the inside it feels like a bit of like terry cloth. And I'll have like, I've been out before and been like, oh God, like I'm not wearing my nursing bra, I'm not wearing like a thick shirt, but I'm wearing these, and I'm like, okay, well I can feel my milk coming on, like am I just gonna be leaking everywhere and be so like embarrassed about what's happening to me? But no, like these things hold. They're a little big. I wouldn't say they're the most subtle. You might, what I'm trying to say is you might notice them. But my priority was that they actually like hold the liquid and don't create a mess. So these are great, especially if you wear them with a nursing bra. Yeah, and they stay in place. I haven't had any issue with them like floating around or anything like that, but they will keep you dry. Yeah, so the last thing, and I feel like I'm ending all my videos now with this, is water and having a great water bottle. Anybody who nurses knows that within like a second of nursing, you get so thirsty. It is like you're in the desert and you haven't had a glass in like a week, and you're just like, give me water now. And I will probably drink 1 to 2 of these each time I'm nursing, just because I feel so dehydrated. And that makes sense, you know, breast milk is like, what is like 80% water, so you really need to stay hydrated to keep up with your milk supply. But having a good water bottle, one with a straw, is kind of the key, so you can drink it quite comfortably. And that's really all you need. I think people think you need like multiple nursing bras, all these different ways to store your milk, clothing that's specific to nursing that has like holes and stuff, but like you don't. All you need is probably, if I could simplify this even more, the only products I think you actually need are the Haakaa, a bag to store your milk, a bottle in case someone, like you have an emergency and someone needs to feed your child, and the Nipple Cream. I think everyone knows you need a water bottle, so I'm not even gonna like include that, but like that's all you really need. Like the Simple Cream is like chef's kiss. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful. Breastfeeding can be such a confusing time. It's a journey, it's a process, and I just want to help mamas out there understand that they really don't need that much. What you really need is just to listen to your body and connect with your child in any way that you can. And breastfeeding is one of them. It's beautiful. If it's a sacred act of, you know, lending yourself to your child so they can grow and get the nutrients they need. But it's also understanding that it's your body too, and you have to do what's right for yourself. And I think these are the products that can really help you to be successful in that journey. But I also understand that, you know, you might need a few more. So I hope you got the information you needed from this video. I just find that with all things parenting, the less stuff you own, the better. It's one less thing to clean. It's just one less thing to spend money on, to think about, to worry about where it went. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck. I hope this helped you on your breastfeeding journey.